Today's notes are on factoring out the GCF. Previously you found the GCF, now we're going to factor it out, kind of take it out of the problem. But before we start that, I would like you to do these two review problems up at the top. This is what we did. You're just finding the GCF. So go ahead and find the GCF of both of those. Okay, for number one, you can do the factor tree, or if you already know that 9 goes into 36, that would be the GCF number part of it. But if you didn't recognize that, I will do the factor tree. So 9 is 3 times 3, and 36 is 4 times 9. So this would be 2 and 2, and that is 3 and 3. So they each have 2 3s. So 3 times 3 is 9. And then looking at the variables, they both have c's. The lowest one is the c, so there's that one. And for the d's, they both have them, and the smallest one is d squared. So there's the GCF for that one. Okay, for number 2, you didn't have to do the factor tree if you recognized that 11 went into 44. But if you didn't see that, we'll do it real quick. So this would be 4 and 11, and 2 and 2. 11 is already prime, so you can't do anything with that. They have an 11 in common. So 11, they both have x's. The smallest one is just x. And they do not both have the y. So the GCF here is just 11x. Okay, let's get into the new stuff. You have 3 steps for this. So steps for factoring out the GCF. Okay, step 1 is to find the GCF. That's what we've been doing. Step 2, divide the coefficients. And step 3, subtract the exponents. And this is for same variables. So the x's go together, y's go together, a's go together, all that. So those are the 3 steps. It'll probably make more sense once I do a few examples. So let's go down and do some examples. Okay, this is number 3. I have 5x squared plus 35x. Okay, so first thing you need to do is find the GCF. The only thing that's really changed right now is that instead of writing the word and, I put plus. So that's the only thing. Now, guys, your GCF will never be higher than your smallest number. So your GCF has to be 5 or less. And 5 does go into 35, so 5 is part of the GCF. If you don't feel comfortable with that, write out a factor tree and circle what they have in common. Okay, so they each have a 5 in common. They both have x's. This is the smaller one, so I will write that. There's your GCF. Now this is when it gets a little bit different, I guess. Okay, so step 2, divide the coefficients. So coefficients are the numbers in front of the variables. 5 divided by 5 is 1. You can write 1 there if you want to. I'm not going to. And then subtract the exponents. So these are the same variables, so I can subtract the exponents. Now this really has a 1 right there. So 2 minus 1 is 1, so that's x to the first power, which is just x. Then I bring down my plus sign. 35 divided by 5 is 7, and this is x to the 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, so there aren't any x's, so this is it. To check your answer, you can multiply it back out. This is the distributive property that we learned about towards the beginning of the year. So if I multiply that, 5x times x is 5x squared. 5x times 7 is 35x. Is that what we started with? Yes. So that means this is my answer. So this is basically like a backwards distributive property, if you think about it that way. Okay, let's try another one. This is 18y squared plus 4y to the 5th. Now 4 does not go into 18, so it has to be a number smaller than 4. It's not going to be 3 because 3 doesn't go into 4, but 2 does. So 2 would be part of the GCF. And again, if you wanted to write out a factor tree, you can do that as well. But 2 is part of the GCF. The other part is y squared. Draw your parenthesis. 18 divided by 2 is 9. I have a y squared here and a y squared here, so they're going to cancel each other out, so this is just 9. Plus 4 divided by 2 is 2. And with the y's, I do 5 minus 2 to get 3. And again, if you're not sure about your answer, you can multiply it back out. 2 times 9 is 18, and y squared, plus 2 times 2 is 4, and then you add the exponent, so 3 plus 2 is 5. And that was what we started with. Okay, let's go up to 3 terms now. So this is number 5. 32m to the 8th plus 40m to the 6th minus 24m to the 3rd. Now you might want to do a factor tree on this, just so you get the largest number. I'm going to do them over here. So 32, 40, and 24. And don't worry about that minus sign. That doesn't really change anything right now. Tomorrow it will, but not today. So 32 would be 4 and 8. That's 2 and 2. This is 2 and 4, and the 4 is going to be 2 and 2. 40 is going to be 5 times 8. 2 and 4, 2 and 2. And 12 is 2 and 12. Or 24 is 2 and 12. 12 would be 2 and 6, and 6 is 2 and 3. Okay, they each have at least 3 2's, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See, this is only 2's. Those don't have any 2's left over, neither do those. So 2 times 2 times 2 is what they have in common. 2 times 2 times 2, and no, that is not 6. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So 8 is part of the GCF. They all have m's, so I take the smallest one, which is m to the 3rd. Do my parenthesis. 32 divided by 8 is 4. 8 minus 3 is 5. Bring down the plus sign from right there. 40 divided by 8 is 5. 6 minus 3 is 3. Bring down the minus sign. 24 divided by 8, is 3. And 3 minus 3 is 0, so there is no m with the 3. So there's my answer. And to check your answer, you can multiply it back out. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to require it of you, but I would highly recommend it. Okay, we have 2 more, and now I'm going to throw in 2 variables. So this one is number 6. 16ab squared plus 48 a squared b cubed minus 12 a b to the fifth. If you don't know the number that goes in, or the highest number that goes into 16, 48, and 12, you need to do a factor tree. But if you already can tell what the highest number is, then you do not have to. So here's the factor trees if you worked those out. Part of the GCF is 4. And let's see, A, and A. So they all have A's. The smallest one is just A. They all have B's. The smallest one is B squared. Okay. So now 16 divided by 4 is 4. The A's cancel out because it's 1 minus 1. That's 0. And the B's cancel each other out because 2 minus 2 is 0. So first term inside is just 4. Bring the plus sign. 48 divided by 4 is 12. 2 minus 1 is just 1, so that's A. And for the B's, 3 minus 2 is 1, so there's a B there too. Bring down the minus sign. 12 divided by 4 is 3. The A's are gone, they cancel each other out. 1 minus 1 is 0. But for the B's, it's 5 minus 2, and that's 3. Okay, I have one more. Number 7. This is the trickiest one. 30 a to the third b squared c plus 20 a squared b to the sixth minus 35 a to the fourth b squared. Okay, so all of those numbers end in a 0 or a 5, meaning they are divisible by 5. That is the GCF in this case, but if you are not sure about that, you need to do a factor tree. I just don't have the space for it. So 5 is part of the GCF. Now let's see what they have in common. A, and A. So they have A's in common. The smallest one is A squared. B, so they all have B's. B squared would be the smallest. C, okay, so they don't all have C's, so C is not included in the GCF. 30 divided by 5 is 6. And for the A's, 3 minus 2 is 1, so there is an A. For the B's, 2 minus 2 is 0, so those are gone. And the C is there. Bring the plus sign. 20 divided by 5 is 4. Whoops. Let's see, for the A's, 2 minus 2 is 0, so those are gone. But for the B's, 6 minus 2 is 4. Bring the minus sign. 35 divided by 5 is 7. And then 4 minus 2 would be 2, so that's 7a squared. The B's cancel each other out because it's 2 minus 2. There's my final answer. Okay, so you have 10 of these lovely things to do for your homework tonight. If you have any questions on anything, please ask me.